Hello, good afternoon. My name is Jessica. I'm with the Department of the Island of Roatan, and we are trying to come up with a solution for our beach traffic problem. What is our beach traffic problem? Well, I don't know if all of the citizens here in this assembly have noticed, but when you go to the beach, there is about a 2-hour wait time going in and out. 2 hours to get there sometimes and 2 hours to get out because the traffic does not flow efficiently. The problem with that is that maybe some of us that live here can wake up early in the morning on a Saturday and go to the beach and wait 2 hours to get in or wait 2 hours to get out because we really want to go to our beach. However, this is really discouraging tourists from coming to the island because they know that they will be spending more time in their car waiting to get into the beach than actually enjoying the beach. The consequences of that are that now the stores around the beach are losing money. The other businesses like restaurants are losing money, and the state and the country are losing money because there's nobody paying to get into the beach because they're sick of the wait. So everybody's losing money, and we need to come up with a solution. We've hired some engineers to help us come up with the best solutions to this problem. We discussed having roundabouts. We discussed an overpass so the pedestrians don't stop traffic. We have discussed taking away the traffic light where we would put the roundabout, maybe a parking garage, and automated toll booths, which means that they wouldn't have to stop to pay their fine to get into the beach. They could just keep going and it would be charged to their credit card. Those are some really great solutions, but the cost of them is astronomical. The cost is $20 million to the city. Obviously, there's many benefits, the biggest benefit being that once the traffic starts to flow, we're gonna have more tourists. We can promote the fact that we've made improvements and bring more people in, especially at the beginning who wanna see the new improvements. So we would be getting revenue that way, but it would take years for us to pay the $20 million that we would use to invest in this beach traffic problem. The possible negatives are also that we would actually cause more of a traffic problem for at least a year trying to implement these solutions because they would be construction projects. Therefore, we started talking about some different alternatives. However, the only alternative that we've come up with is that we introduce the project in stages. First, the roundabouts, then the parking spaces, and then underpasses instead of overpasses, so that we could bring in some of the money and we wouldn't be stopping traffic everywhere in the beach district to do all 3 projects at one time. So I'm here today to discuss with you what you think about these solutions and whether or not the pros, the benefits, outweigh the negatives in this situation, and to decide whether or not it is a good investment on the part of the island of Roatan. In my opinion, introducing it in stages is the way to go, because maybe by the 3rd stage we will see such an improvement that we won't have to do the 3rd stage, or we can do it in a completely different etapa of our lives, and we can save up the money to do that. Or we can, by that time on the 3rd stage, come up with a better solution determined by the tourist traffic that we have and the different tourists that we have coming in, that maybe we wouldn't need the underpasses, maybe something else would come up by that time. I do also like the idea because it's going to give jobs to construction workers, which right now everybody needs jobs with the pandemic going on. Everybody's losing their jobs, so this would give jobs, and also it's a great time to do it because right now we don't have a lot of people coming to the beach because a lot of people can't come to the island, so it's a great time to do it now while we're not going to stop a lot of traffic, to give the people the jobs and to help this problem. Also, I think it's a great idea to do, even though it is a big investment in the money, because the tourism industry is the biggest industry on this island. And so the more that we neglect this problem, the more jobs are going to be lost in hotels, in restaurants, and in businesses around the beaches. And that's the majority of our population, and we wouldn't want to do that to our people. Okay, so that is what you're gonna do with a problem. So I'm gonna put the problem up here, and then you're gonna go through all these steps, and you're gonna make a video as well. Defining your problem, determining the possible solutions, analyzing each of the solutions, considering better alternatives, and presenting your topic like I just did. Woohoo, fun. Okay, let me start off by saying that if you think of different problems that are real problems on the island that you would rather talk about, you can do that. These are just some suggestions, but you just have to state what your problem is and be sure it really is a problem on the island, okay? Also, you can make up your experts, okay, and their opinions, because obviously this is you doing it, but you can say that engineers were involved, medical doctors were involved, educators were involved, whoever you want to say was involved, so that it gives some credibility, okay? But in the real life, you can't just make up your experts, okay? Problems to choose from. Number one, the traffic problems are on the cruise ship dock. You guys know how that is in the morning, in the afternoon, it doesn't matter what time. The cruise ship dock always messes up traffic. What would the solution be to that? There's also a traffic problem downtown when schools get out at 12:30 and the next shift is coming in. So when the first shift of school kids are coming out, pardon, especially at Church of God and Juan Brooks, okay, all those guys are coming out. The next shift is trying to get in, but the transportation to other schools outside of downtown are trying to get through downtown, like Robosolita, and it really causes a bad traffic jam there as well. Roatan Public Hospital is just a mess in itself, okay? Obviously, everyone's losing money with the fact that there's no good health care on this island, so people have to go to the mainland to get the health care, which is a very big risk. Number four, police corruption and government corruption. I forgot an N in government, that's embarrassing, sorry. Okay guys, I don't know if you realize this sometimes, but the reason why we can't like suck our licencias here sometimes, or we can't get our immigration stuff done here sometimes, different passports and different stuff like that, we can't get that kind of stuff done here sometimes, or now the tourism industry is gonna start going down because the police cannot control the gang violence and stuff like that. That's a lot to do with the rise of corruption in the government. They can't trust offices to be over here without supervision, so you have to go over to the mainland where they need to be a little bit more supervised, even though we know that there's corruption there. So it's a huge problem on the island. It's taking away our services that we can do here. We have to go over and spend money on the mainland to get them done. Number five, that the Muni building is now too far away. If you guys seen the new Muni building, it's very, very beautiful, but now it's not in the center location of where most people are on the island, which means now it's going to be very difficult for people to go and get their stuff done. What's the solution to do there? And also the fire station is too far away. Okay, the fire station, if you have a fire, an emergency here on this side of the island, the fire stations, the bomberos are never gonna get there in time to help you with that. So what would a good solution be for that, okay? Or any other problems that you can think of. So have fun with that. I can't wait to see your videos. There's not a time limit to your videos, but it should cover all of the steps. Thanks, bye guys.